Right guys, we are back at War Games today. This is today's table. There was 6 of us travelling down, but unfortunately Stu's had to pull out at the last minute. So, me and Graham are teaming up against Sean's Eldar today. And Sean's brought a treat for us, but me and Graham's brought a treat in return. We've had to throw the list together at the last minute, so hopefully you'll enjoy them. The mission today is cleanse and control.
Yep.
And we've got the 6 objectives. Number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, and where's number 6? It's down there. So that is the table. It's Dawn of War deployment, 12 inches in each side. Me and Graham have elected to go this side, and we will be going first, and Sean will be deploying over that side, but we'll now take you through the armies. Right guys, so this is the Blood Angel half of the 2,200 points today. We have the Angel Fury Spearhead Force. So we've got 10-man tactical squad with a heavy flamer and a melter. Sergeant has no upgrades. Copy and paste. And then over here we've got 10-man squad with a melter in because they didn't have the points for anything else. And we've then got the 3 Storm Ravens. These 2 have melter guns and assault cannons. This one has a melter gun and a las cannon. The Warlord is going to be this one, and if he secures an objective, he can score an extra victory point. If you don't know this formation, it is in White Dwarf 47. This whole formation does a single roll to arrive from reserve. You can roll from turn 1 and choose to re-roll. Moving on to the second half of the force is 3 Imperial Knights. So we've got 2 Wardens, I believe they are. Graham is running the Baronial Court, so as long as they are within 6 inches of another Imperial Knight, you can add 1 to the formation. So this one has the Icarus auto cannon, the Gatling gun, and the fist. This one has which rocket launcher is it, Graham? The Iron Storm rocket launcher with a fist and a Gatling gun. And this one is a Paladin with the Storm Spear and the rapid fire battle cannon as well. So that is our force for today. We'll now go through Sean's force. Right, so this is Sean's force today. Sean, do you want to talk us through what's in your force?
Yep, I have 2 separate cards in formation. The first card is Spirit Seer over here, who has Invisibility, Shroud, and Psychic Shriek.
Yep.
He has 2 troop choices of 5 ranges.
Yep.
He has a heavy support of the Falcon, and that's going to have the Fire Dragons in with the Exarch and the Fire Pike. He's also got the Holofields.
Yep.
The second card is...
What's the Falcon got?
Oh, sorry, he's got Star Cannon, Pulse Laser, and Sheraton Cannon.
Right, no problem.
It's not what you see is what you get on that.
No problem.
I had to borrow a model to get the points in. The second card is another Spirit Seer. 2 use the 3 jet bikes, 1 Sheraton Cannon each.
Yep.
And sorry, they both got a load of war, both cards. One has the Revenant Titan.
Yeah, that's going to be nasty.
And the other one has the Wraith Lord, which is combat with the Scatter Laser. And I also have the Crimson Death formation. This one here will be the Exarch, and that is my army, very low model count.
And what was your Warlord trait?
On my Warlord trait, I get to generate 1 extra card on my first turn.
Right, no problem, so we'll come back to you after deployment. Right, so me and Graham won the roll-off, and we elected to go first and deploy first. Graham's put the Knights here. It's the only thing on the table on our side, so he's put them here to get a cover save, as well as the in-run on one of the other sides. Meanwhile, Sean's deployment, we've got the Wraith Knight here, Falcon with the Dragons, and 3 bikes over here. We've got 5 Rangers infiltrated on here, 3 more bikes, and the Seer out of line of sight in there. He needs to go. We've got the Revenant here as far away as possible from the Imperial Knights over there, and then he infiltrated the last Ranger squad right in there. So Sean's elected to seize the initiative. Do you want to roll a dice, see if you seize it, Sean? No, he doesn't. So we'll come back after turn 1. Right, so because I've had a bit of bad luck with this formation in the past, I want to roll it on camera. Yes, thank God it's on. So we'll now go on to Imperial Movement, turn 1. Right, so Blood Angel and Imperial Knights, turn 1. We have Secure Objective 2, Aerial Assault, and Decapitating Strike. Aerial Assault is going to be, hopefully if I can get it, pretty good for the Storm Ravens. So, movement phase, we've moved the 3 Knights forward, Graham's looking to hopefully get rid of the Imperial Knight, the Wraith Knight. There's too many knights. And the 3 Storm Ravens are facing this way, looking to hopefully get shots down on the Wraith Knight, depending on how Graham's shooting goes, and then possibly take that bike squad out for aerial assault. So we'll come back after, hopefully, a brutal shooting phase. Right, so we were hoping for a brutal turn and shoot, and Graham unloaded all 3 knights into this guy here, and despite getting loads of wounds with the battle cannon, the Gatling cannons, Sean saved absolutely everything. I then unloaded the 3 Storm Ravens into those. Sean elected to jink, and 2 of the jet bikes died, and he passed his leadership test, so that does not get us aerial assault. The only card we get is secure objective 2. So we get objective 2, and I'm going to discard this one because we now can't get it. So yeah, I wanted to just discard that one as well, but never mind. So at the end of turn 1 for Imperial, the score is 1-0. Right, so Sean's Warlord trait was draw an extra card. He's drew Ascendancy, Secure Objective 6, Secure Objective 1, and Combined Strike. Well, he's on 6. They're on 1. They're on 5. They're on 4. The lone biker has moved forward that way. Don't know where he's going to be aiming for. And the 3 bikers here have pulled forward as well. So we'll now come back after Sean's Psychic and Shooting phase. Right, so Psychic phase, Sean got Shrouding off on the Spirit Seer there, and he got Invisibility off on this guy. What a surprise. Shooting phase did that. The Pulsars from the Revenant got 2 direct hits on the first night. Sean rolled a 6, and then he got 2 direct hits on the second night. 1 scattered slightly but still covered him, and he rolled another 6. So yeah, this guy took a hit from the Falcon, but passed his save on the front. So that is the end of the shooting phase. Sean's now going to assault, and I'm guessing the Wraith Knight is going for him. Right, so Sean charged the Wraith Knight at the Imperial Knight, but failed. So he got Secure Objective 6, Secure 1, Combined Strike for killing something in the shooting phase, and he rolled a 1 for Ascendancy plus First Blood, is 5-1 to Eldar. Right, so we have drawn No Prisoners, Big Game Hunter, and Decapitating Strike. The Storm Ravens have all pulled this way, and these guys have deep struck out, combat squadded, looking to take on the Rangers there, and those guys have jumped out and combat squadded as well, looking to kill the Spirit Seer that's under there. Graham meanwhile has pulled the Imperial Knight back. I think he wants a few more shots at the Wraith Knight before the inevitable happens, I think. So we'll come back after the shooting phase. Right, so down here, even though these Rangers went to ground, the Heavy Flamer and the weight of fire from all the bolt guns managed to take them out. Meanwhile down here, the Heavy Flamer, the Melt Gun, and all the bolt guns managed to take out Sean's Warlord as well. I shot what I could of the Storm Ravens at the Revenant and didn't get any hits despite being twin linked. So we score No Prisoners. We score Decapitating Strike. So that gives us 2 plus Slayer the Warlord gives us 3. Which means at the end of Imperial turn 2, the score is 5-4. We might keep this. We'll have a think about it. Right, so Sean has drew Assassinate, Domination, and Hungry for Glory. He's decided not to go for Domination. He's pulled the Falcons this way. The Exarch and the Crimson Hunters come on. Sean's elected to ignore the Imperial Knight and move the Wraith Knight this way, as he would have had to charge through cover and go last. The Revenant has pulled forward here, 360 fire and arc. He's going to go for the Knight and then drop a nice big template of D on those. So yeah, those bikes have come forward as well, and the single bike has come forward looking to take out this tactical squad, we reckon. So we'll come back after the Psychic and Shooting phase. Right, so Sean's Crimson Hunters shot down one of the Storm Ravens. That one lost a missile and is down to 2 hull points and is jinking. Down here, the combined fire from the Wraith Knight, the bike, and those bikes, as well as the Falcon over there, took out all of the Marines apart from the heavy flamer. He passed his morale check though, so he's standing strong. Meanwhile, the Revenant, although he's facing that way, he does have a 360 fire and arc. He got 2 hits out of 4 on the night. Graham passed some of his cover saves as Sean rolled a 2 to 5. So they went through. Graham is now down to 2 hull points. Sorry, my apologies, 4. Yeah, he lost 2 hull points as he failed one of his saves. Sorry, 2 of his saves. So I think Sean, we've measured it. The Wraith Knight can charge that, but he needs an 11-inch charge. And the Overwatch, that's not in anywhere. So we'll work out the Overwatch and then we'll calculate Sean's point. Right, so because Sean killed the Tactical Marine Sergeant, he scored Assassinate and he's elected to discard Dominate. So that puts the score at 6 points to 4 after turn 2. Right, so me and Graham have still got Big Game Hunter, Secure Objective 4, which we don't think we're going to get, and Kingslayer. So, Objective 4 is over there. We're not going to get that one. Graham has pulled the Knight back this way a little bit, looking to get some shots down this way. I've moved the single Tactical Marine with a heavy flamer to take these out, and then the others there. Me and Grim thought long and hard about it, but elected to fly the 2 Storm Ravens off the table, and we moved the other 6 Marines under there. So we'll come back after the shooting phase. Right, so shooting phase was quick. The heavy flamer there took out the 2 bikers, and the heavy flamer there had nothing to do, so he's ran. Grim was hoping to charge at the Revenant, but he's just too far away. So he shot the stubbers at the single biker that was there and killed him, and he shot the battle cannon despite getting 2 hits on the Wraith Knight. It didn't cause any wounds. So that is the end of our turn already. We don't have Big Game Hunter, we don't have 4, but we do get Kingslayer. So D3 for Kingslayer. Yes, 3 points. Graham, discard Secure Objective 4?
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to discard Objective 4. So that is 7-6 to us. So we'll now come back on to Sean's turn 3. Right, so Sean's turn 3. He's drawn Cain's Wrath. He needs to charge. Hungry for Glory, issue a challenge, and Kingslayer. He's done his movement. The Falcon has pulled forward. The Wraith Knight's pulled forward. The Revenant's hopped back. Big model that I need to remember to keep getting it in shot. And down here, the 2 Exarch, the Exarch and one of the Crimson Hunters is pulled forward rather, looking to get a shot in from them. This was the guy who came on from down here, 36 inches or 18 straight up, 90-degree turn during the vector dance. So I think that tactical squad's going to go. We'll now move on to Sean's shooting phase, as the only psyker he has is actually in there, and he only has Malediction, so he can't cast them whilst in the transport. So we'll come back after Sean's shooting phase. Right, so down here, the Falcon shot down, and the Revenant with his missile launcher shot down at the Marines here, and they're all gone. The Marines under there went to ground for a 3-up cover from the fire coming in from these guys, so they only lost 1, which means they don't need a leadership test. Meanwhile, down here, unfortunately, lost another 2 hull points. Sean rolled on D3 table. Graham managed to save some of the hits that came in. But we've lost another 2 hull points on this night here, so he is also down to 2. Sean is going to charge, I think, at the Lonely Marine under there. So Overwatch from the heavy flamer. Right, so over here the Wraith Knight charged in and of course wiped out the Marine. I did get 3 hits again, but didn't cause any wounds. So Sean scores Cain's Wrath, which puts the score at, is that 8-7?
7-7.
7-7. And he's going to discard Hungry for Glory. So we'll now move on to Blood Angel and Imperial Knight's turn 3? 4?
No, turn 4.
Turn 4. Right, so we drew Secure Objective 3 and Supremacy. We still had Big Game Hunter. These Marines have deep striked out to get Objective 3, and those deep striked to get Objective 4. Meanwhile, these 2 guys here managed to take out the Falcon. The Fire Dragons disembarked this way, and the Marines up here got a couple of shots in and killed 1 of them, not enough to force a morale check, unfortunately. Graham moved his Knight forward, and tried to run him to get him onto objective 2. There was a bit of a rules debate, so if you know the answer for sure, we believe we've done it correctly though. As a super heavy, you get moved through cover, which is 3d6, and pick the highest, limiting your movement to 6 inches. Grim then rolled a 1 for the run, unfortunately, so it wasn't far enough to get on objective 2 for supremacy, as Sean still holds this one here, and the Wraith Knight holds that. We still have the Marines down there, which I still need to shoot. But at the minute, that does score us Big Game Hunter and Secure Objective 3, which would put us at 9 points to Sean's 7. So we'll work out that last bit of shooting and then move on to Sean's turn. Right, so the guys down there shot up at the Exarch but didn't get any shots, unfortunately. Meanwhile, down here, these guys ran as they didn't shoot, just to get behind a little bit of cover there. So, like I said, we get these, and we've elected to discard supremacy because I don't think we're going to have enough units next turn to be able to get that. So as it stands, the score is 9-7. So we'll now move on to Sean's turn 4. Right, so just before we go into Sean's turn, we've actually found the rules have been FAQ'd for the night. So you roll your movement, which Graham rolled a 6 for, and you choose the highest and double it. So that would have gotten Graham 12 inches, which would have scored us supremacy. So D3 for supremacy gets us 3 points. So that would put the score at 12-7. So we'll now move on to Sean's turn 4. Right, so Sean has drew behind enemy lines, secure objective 4 and Kingslayer. The Fire Dragons, as expected, took out the Tactical Marines there, along with Psychic Shriek from the Spirit Seer as well. The Crimson Hunters managed to take out one of the Storm Ravens. Meanwhile, the Scatter Laser from the Wraith Knight took out the hull point off the Imperial Knight. The Revenant dropped 2 large blast templates on the Marines there, and just a quick note as well, my Warlord secured objective 3 last turn, so that actually did give us an additional point as per our Warlord trait, so that actually put us at 13. And after Sean had shot the Pulsar down at them, he shot the last one at the Imperial Knight, and Graham failed his cover save, unfortunately. He did blow up, but he didn't scatter, he got a direct hit, so it didn't wound the Wraith Knight despite being caught in the blast, unfortunately. So we'll add Sean's points up and come back. Right, so Sean scored behind enemy lines for the Revenant. He gets secure objective 4 here with the Fire Dragons. He got Slayer the Warlord, which puts him straight on 10 points, plus he's got Kingslayer. So Sean, do you want to roll that? For 1 point.
11.
So that's 11 at the end of turn 4. So we'll now move on to Imperial turn 5. Right, so Imperial turn 5, drew Blood and Guts, secure objective 1, and overwhelming firepower. Objective 1 is there, so we're not going to get that. We've done the entire turn. The Storm Raven dropped to hover mode. It only had the assault cannon and the multi-melter, and I managed to kill 2 of them. They passed the morale check as well, unfortunately. Meanwhile, the Marines over here, 2-inch move through cover, just hiding there. Hopefully we'll get line breaker if they survive this next turn. So we don't score any points on that turn, so the score is still 13-11, so we'll see what Sean does here. Right, so Sean got secure objective 3, overwhelming firepower, and blood and guts. As expected, the Storm Raven's gone due to that. I did pass a couple of Jinx saves, but even if he destroyed it, didn't destroy it, the Wraith Knight was going to charge in. Those guys snapshot at it as well, but didn't get anything. Meanwhile, the Revenant, which has not been exploded, unfortunately, shot everything down at these guys here and only caused 1 casualty. All 4D templates scattered wildly out of place. So that gets Sean overwhelming firepower, which puts the score at 13-12 as it stands. So do you want to roll a dice, see if the game continues? Oh yeah, wait, leadership test on them to see if they run. They are fine. So does the game continue? No, it ends for an Imperial victory at 14 points.
13.
No. Oh, yes, you do. So that's line breaker for them. So that is 14 points to 12. And let's say there's not much left on the board at all. It was a brutal game. We have 3 Marines. So, that's the end of today's first game. There is going to be another game. I think I'm playing Graham with his Imperial Knights and his Ultramarines. Meanwhile, I will be using the same Storm Raven formation with a few extra Blood Angels. So, stay tuned, and that battle report will be coming shortly as well. And we're obviously having a good game day down here at War Games. Please check out their page. I'll post a link in the description as well. But yeah, thanks very much, guys.